Hello. It's it's been a while. So it's been about 11 months or so, I think, since my last upload. A lot has happened since then. In this video, I decided to remake my first ever game, I guess you could say, which I made for Ludum Dare 42. The theme for that jam, I think it was 42. The theme for that jam was something to do with combining two genres that don't usually go together. So I decided to do a card game and a farming simulator. I'm gonna be honest, the farming simulator part has kind of been lost in translation here. I just realized, fuck. It was, I think, about 3 years ago when I made this. So it was like the first ever actual game I made with Unity. I haven't done a lot of games with Unity since then, but I had the VR game Jam 1 that sucked, and a lot of other games that sucked. So anyways, I wanted to, remake it. It was one of the first things I ever did. It sucked, but has a place in my heart. I don't finish it though. It's not like an actual game, like a full-on game. Don't get your hopes up. I'm never gonna ever actually probably do that. I guess I'll tell you about my journey, huh? Alright, this is my third time recording this. Let's go. So first things first, I reopened my original project files, and I just did some looking around, reading on my code and everything. Redesigning some stuff before shortly realizing that all sucked. So I just decided to actually scrap it all and remake everything from scratch. That was fun. First thing I did though was redesigned the cards into like an actual new design. I based it off of some image I found online. I don't remember what it was. I should be here. I think I still have it saved somewhere. I followed a video series by Quill18. It's from 2015, but it works still, surprisingly. It's really good. It uses Unity's event system, which is very simple and intuitive to use. I pretty much immediately had the idea to split the game into essentially 3 different areas, although I didn't exactly know what I was going to do with that yet. So I decided to redesign my cards again, and when I was doing that, I came up with the idea of what to actually finally do for the 3 different types. So there would be a defense card, a crop card, and a tool card. So the defense would be like a cat, or pesticide. The crop would be corn or potatoes or carrots or whatever. And the tool would be like a hoe or a tractor, something like that, And those would all have their own individual influence on their stats, although I didn't exactly know what those were yet either. Well, a lot of this I had no planning. I'm really able to code with what I'm told or I have in my head, but when I don't even know that, like when I need to come up with game design to make something fun, I have no clue. I'm at a complete loss. So I was very much stuck on what I wanted to do. And I mean, you could see that in my VR game jam video that I don't do planning, and that really bites me in the butt. When I was redesigning the cards, it wasn't really a redesign. It was me just like cutting out some parts so that I can stack those parts on top of each other in Unity, and it would look exactly the same essentially. But that would allow me to, instead of having text on the card itself, I would be able to use Unity's like Text Mesh Pro, which means I could change the values of the health, defense, and attack, and the name at will, which was really nice. It was a bit of an issue I had. I still had the old design in my project, and some of my code used the old design, and I completely forgot that it did that. So I spent like an hour working on a bug and creating this big workaround before finally realizing after I had finished it that that's what the problem was. So that's always fun. I had the placing system and everything handled fine. Next up, I needed to actually work on the game design. You would have 1 defense, 3 crops, and 1 tool. So I just needed to work on the battle system. It's not fully fleshed out. It just allows you to spam your turn over and over. But if I wanted to in the future, I could work on this again and actually make it a game. If you guys, I don't know. It's up to you. So the simple idea is you place all your cards down. You select the card you want to use to attack. You select the enemy card you want to attack, and boom, you attack. This system uses, again, event systems, and it was pretty simple to implement. I just had to borrow some code from the Unity documentation. Just borrowing it. And then I realized it kind of sucked. It was kind of unnecessary. It wasn't my style, so I refactored it a little bit to make it cleaner. And fit the other event system code that I had already. And with that system implemented, I was pretty much done. So I'll explain how it works. So in the original game, it was basically you could only place cards. I've added an extra layer now. You can place cards. You have 3 different types. You have your defense, you have your crop, and you have your tool. I guess I could make other cards too that fit these categories, but your defense has a high health and a high defense, but a very low attack. Your crop has a mix of all of them. So it's medium. And then you have a tool which has a high attack, very low health, and very low defense. Take your crop, attack your enemy crop. Boom, confirm. Takes out a health. Boom, another health. Boom, he's dead. I go for the tool. Boom, he's dead automatically. The defense subtracts whatever the number is from the enemy attack. So this has an attack rating of 3. This has a defense rating of 2. 3 minus 2, 1. It's only going to do 1 damage. Boom, it's dead. And whenever this card is destroyed, you can then attack that lane unless they go and they put another card there. So you would kind of continuously have a certain number of cards. And if you attacked an empty square, that would take from the player health. I think this is how Gwent does it from the Witcher series. So it would basically just be like that if I wanted to implement that. But I don't want to implement that. So it's not like that. Hey! I just realized this really shouldn't have taken me a month. Looking back, it's not that much stuff. Crap. And if you follow my Twitter, which you should, you can see what I'm currently doing. There will be times when I'm on, like, I don't post anything. But you can usually see, like, the small little projects I've been working on. So, for example, see, I started doing this on June 16th. It's currently July 22nd. So I've been working on this project for, like, over a month. I was doing some pixel art. Thank you for watching. And check out all the links that appear on screen right now. Yeah, that's it. I never know how to end videos. Goodbye.